So she's crashing out.
Chip away, denaturalizing. That's Idi Amin behavior. There's a black fascist that you can compare it to.
Okay, let's move on to, I want to just play a clip of when you lost your job at MSNBC. Let's watch this.
I want to watch a clip of you losing your job. Let's watch the clip. Here, let's sit down together and watch the clip of you crying, losing your job. You ready? Okay, here we go. Be quiet. We're gonna play it right now.
My show had value, and that that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I try not to cry on TV. And whether it's
I learned in mathematics that you can actually assign a negative value to certain numbers.
Talking about any of these issues,
so
and yes,
right.
Whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object,
like negative
have a right to
object
to little babies being bombed. And I am not sorry that I stood up for those things, because those things are of God. And you know, I'm a church girl too, and those are the things that I was taught were of God. And so I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show.
Now, look, you're perfectly entitled to be proud of your show. Many people enjoyed your show for many years.
I don't know about many people, but I'm sure that there were people that enjoyed the show. In a way, I'm kind of sad that the show's canceled. I used to get a lot of content out of her.
You know, a lot of people at NBC were briefing that the reason was declining ratings post the election, 47% decrease in your election.
47% decrease in views. That's pretty bad.
In ratings from pre-election. But you told Mark Lamont Hill on his show this.
After I said on my show, the reason Americans could relate to Ukrainians in a way that they didn't relate to Palestinians, that Ukrainians are white. And so watching white people get their schools bombed was, you know, hit different. That hit our ratings. I mean, it definitely, we could see the loss of white viewers from that moment that I said that.
So I wonder, like, and this, the guy that she's talking to has a shirt, the future is black and feminist. Can you imagine if does anybody have a shirt that says the future is white and masculine? I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, do they still have any, like, I wonder what would happen if I wore that shirt. Geez, I think people would be fucking mad. They'd be really pissed off. It's just a bunch of racist black people getting together and gassing each other up about how bad white people are. It's pathetic. Why would a white person want to watch a show that's being run by people that hate them? Like, I wouldn't watch that shit. Of course not. It's fucking ridiculous.
They were like, we don't like the name calling. And also, I'm a black woman. So, I mean, I'm sure it makes him angrier, you know, when I say things. Maybe.
Because, you know, people don't, like, they get mad when black people are like, what are you talking about? Because I'm a black woman, and so now people are mad that I'm saying things. No, all of the problems has it ever occurred to you that maybe all of the problems in your life are not just because of your gender and your skin color? Has it ever occurred to you that maybe you're just obnoxious and people don't like you? I don't know.
Because I am a Global South person myself.
By the way, the reason why there's a much more... So why are people more sympathetic to Ukrainians versus Palestinians? It's because of Hamas. A lot of people are not, like, especially, like, people that don't really know a lot about it, they see, you know, like, missiles being shot into Israel and then Israel shooting missiles, into Palestine. And so it seems like, obviously, like, you have, number one, it's not, people are very, very pro-Israel because Israel has God's chosen people. Oh my God, it's God's chosen people. And so that goes super hard. Then you have AIPAC. Then you also have all that other type of messaging. Like, every media company is pushing this kind of stuff as well. And so all of this Azov battalion got memory hold? Yeah, because it was nothing. It was like a minor, tiny thing. To compare the Azov battalion with Hamas is just, it's ridiculous. And so when you compare Ukraine, I think people are much more sympathetic to Ukraine as a resistance force because, yes, also, by the way, it's a conflict that they understand better because we never had a conflict previously with Palestine, really, or with Israel. It's not really a thing. Like, directly, America hasn't, whereas we have with Russia. We have the Cold War against Russia. So people are already primed to be against Russia because of the Cold War. So, like, even her insight onto this, you could come up with 50 different examples and reasons why Americans would be more sympathetic to towards Israelis and Ukrainians versus Palestinians. 50 examples without even bringing in skin color or religion at all. But they don't do that because, again, that's not what gets ratings. And this is the reason why nobody likes them. And that's the reason why she's podcasting to her house with no viewers now and nobody cares about her. It's because people are tired, fed up, and just fatigued from hearing race-baiting bullshit constantly that has it's destructive. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't make anybody it doesn't give anybody any insight into things. It's not even like there are race issues that do exist, but these people never are able to identify them. That's it. It's so obnoxious.
You know, I mean, as a Black person, we have a different empathy toward other global South people when they are suffering. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to come at that story from a different angle and in a different way and with different kinds of empathies. And I think that's not always received very well in the news business.
Well, see, Black people can understand things on a level that white people can't understand. I don't know, guys. I don't think that sounds very good. That doesn't sound great, does it?
No, Joy. I mean, look, let's be honest. I don't think you were fired after all those years because of your skin color or because you're a Black woman. I think you were fired because your show just got increasingly unpopular. It happens all the time in TV. That's why you got let go. Why play the race card?
Damn. He's just letting her know.
First of all, I love the fact that your play the race card is your version of the race card. You literally are so fixated on trying to racialize conversation.
You're so fixated on trying to racialize conversation. Meanwhile, we just played 2 minutes of you racializing conversations. Uh-huh. Right. Of course.
With me, Piers, I find it actually quite
you
charming.
You racialize more conversations in your tenure at MSNBC than any host in history.
All right, Mark. All right, Piers. And the bottom line is you take an entire conversation that I had with Mark Lamont Hill and pick the bits that you can racialize because this is your shtick. And I get that this is your shtick.
You racialize everything.
They play like, okay, so you pick the parts where I was racist. Guys, you know, like on my stream... Yeah, I said the N-word 5 times, but like if you add in all 5 of those times, that was only 10 seconds. And it was a 6-hour stream. So am I really racist for saying the N-word for 10 seconds out of a... think how long my stream was. This isn't fair at all.
Joy, come on.
I get it. I understand this is your shtick, Piers. And listen, game recognizes game. I get this is your game.
It's not my shtick.
And the bottom line,
it was your shtick.
It is your shtick, and everyone knows that it is.
It's absolutely her shtick. Like her entire existence on mainstream media was race baiting and pulling some sort of minority card and just being divisive and destructive. That's all she did.
We
people got bored with it.
And it is so interesting to me that you yourself, as a white European, find that when...
Guys, she doesn't racialize things, okay? How dare you accuse me of racializing things? Because you, as a white European... Oh my God. Where do these people come from?
People of color talk about race, that you believe is racializing conversations. But when people like you fixate on...
When people like Piers talk about race, you call it white supremacy. What the hell are you talking about?
well, Barack Obama was a black president. Why don't you
was.
object to that? That is racializing a conversation about the former president of the United States. But you can't
Well, yeah. I mean, like, him being black was kind of a big deal. I mean, I would say, like, President Obama being black, yeah, it was pretty big.
put your, and I'm sure you find that charming and funny.
I find it
You
hilarious
cannot
because
see
you're the
your
one.
own-
You're
Well,
the one who
you
said.
and your
You're
friend
the one who
Trump,
said Donald
You
Trump.
and your friend Donald
You
Trump.
said Donald
you and
Trump-
your
You and your friend, bro, you see, bro, oh, man.
Is a
friend
white
Donald Trump
fascist.
are so. He is a well. I agree
And
with
yet
Mark
when Obama
Milley,
did the
who
same
was,
thing,
last time I checked, is
I'm not allowed
black.
to mention his
I
skin
agree.
color.
So what I think is really funny is that she almost said that she's a fascist, but because so many people in media have gotten sued, I think she stopped herself, and now she's making the appeal to authority for another person saying that she's a fascist, that Donald Trump is a fascist, so she can have plausible deniability and not get sued. Do you guys notice that? Yeah. That's real clever, real cute, huh?
With his former chief of staff, who last I checked was not black and said he's fascist, and Mark Milley said he's fascist to the core. So
Okay.
I happen to agree, and I know this is what it's important to you, with two very white gentlemen about Donald Trump's fascist
Guys, she doesn't racialize conversations at all.
tendencies.
Okay.
If that makes you sad and uncomfortable, I can't help you.
No,
Piers.
it doesn't
There's
make me
nothing
sad
I
and
can do about
uncomfortable.
it.
I think it makes you.
Makes you sad and uncomfortable. After, like, does Piers Morgan go on his podcast late at night and start crying because he got fired from CNN? I remember whenever Piers Morgan used to be on CNN, he got fired. Like, I didn't see him, like, making some crying video about, like, how his show had value. He just picked his shit up and he made another show.
A little bit of a hypocrite, but that's different.
Man, it's sad, man. In less than 2 minutes, she brought race into the conversation. Of course, that's because her entire, that's her entire online existence.
Do you know how many people Barack Obama deported in 8 years?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Well, why don't you guess?
I don't know and don't care.
Well,
you
hang
tell
on,
me.
hang on. You don't know and you don't care. You've just
I
given
don't,
me.
because
That's convenient.
It's not the
You've
issue.
just given. Hang on,
You're
hang
trying
on,
to
hang
make
on.
the issue the
Hang
southern
on,
border.
Joy. You've
The
just given
point
me.
is,
Joy.
Donald, no,
Joy.
no. The point is,
Joy.
Barack
You've just given me.
Obama
Joy.
was not dragging
Joy.
women.
Joy.
And
Let me finish. You've just
nursing
Joy.
babies apart
Joy.
and
Joy.
taking.
Joy. You've just
I
given
don't
me.
know.
You've
You're,
just,
I'm sure, going to
Joy,
tell me it's your main issue.
You've just given me
but
a
it's
late.
not my main
Joy.
issue.
You've
My
just.
main
Joy.
issue is that what
Joy.
we're seeing.
I'm trying to finish my sentence. You've
Please.
just given me a.
He just did not stop, bro. He did not stop. He's not having it. There is only one man who has ever been able to put Piers Morgan on the defensive. And we all know who that is.
lengthy monologue.
1776 will commence again. No, no. Who? I'll play it after this.
Attacking Donald Trump's aggressive deportation policy. And I've simply said.
By the way, I'm surprised she doesn't know this. The amount of deportations that Barack Obama had was massively inflated because my understanding is that the amount of people that were deported was actually also included into the number of people that were turned away at the border. Like they were all bundled into one term and one number. So she could have just said that as well, and it would have totally just invalidated this argument. So she didn't even know that. Yeah, they were turned away. Exactly, it counted turnaways. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know why you didn't do that.
There was a Democrat, a black Democrat president of the United States for 8 years. I'm simply asking, given that you're obviously all over every detail of the Trump deportation policy, and given you were on the airwaves in America on a daily basis through Obama's tenure, how many people did he deport in 8 years?
I do not know. You'll tell me. I'm sure.
Have a
certain.
guess.
But it's probably more than 1 million people. I'm quite certain.
Have a
because I
guess.
think each 2 million.
Right, it was 3 million.
Okay. And your point being
Okay.
what?
My point
What's the
being,
point?
are you as shocked by that as you are claiming to be by Trump?
It is not deportations
Many of them were
themselves that are
brown.
shocking.
Here we go. Oh, no, guys. See, you don't understand.
Wait a minute. Can I answer
in
your
fact,
question?
the majority were brown.
No. Tell me, she should have guessed 5. If somebody's trying to guess you a number and then, wait, Piers Morgan accuses Joy Reid of being homophobic? Joy Reid goes on a, what? What?
Okay. Have you watched Brokeback Mountain?
Who asked this?
No.
Okay. I mean,
what is the point of that?
I haven't either.
Because you said I don't want to watch the 2 male characters in Brokeback Mountain having sex.
Okay, so what does me watching Brokeback Mountain have to do with that book, whether or not it is pornographic?
No, nothing to do with the book.
That is a book that people can have the opportunity to read if they so choose.
No, I'm not talking about the book.
I do not understand how an organization
I'm not talking about the book.
Can make a decision. It is not about the movie. It is about whether or not Moms for Liberty.
I'm not talking about the book.
The organization who should make decisions for other
I'm not
people's
talking
children.
about the book.
Whether
I
watched a movie or not makes absolutely no difference.
I'm talking about you posting on your blog that you wouldn't watch Brokeback Mountain because you don't want to see 2 male characters having sex. Does that make me homophobic? Probably. Most straight people cringe at the sight of 2 men kissing. Your words, not mine, Joy.
And your point is?
That maybe.
And your point. So she just says it. And that's fine. You want to say that. There's, do I want to watch 2 gay dudes having sex? No. No, I don't. I just don't. It's not even like that I'm just not interested in that kind of, there's a lot of things I just don't like watching, right? I don't like watching infomercials. I don't like watching, I didn't like watching her show, for example. I mean, it's about it. It's not what the movie was about. You were watching it for the plot.
That makes you a bit of a hypocrite when you're taking.
No, I bet the movie was. I bet the movie went. I was gonna say it went hard. I bet it did. I understand. I bet it probably is a great movie. I probably should watch Brokeback Mountain because it's got Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal in it, right? These are 2 really good actors. So I bet it's probably a great movie. But I don't know. I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
Position of being an ally for the LGBTQ community. And actually, the best way to handle it, I would argue, is just to say, you know what? Actually, I did write that at the time. They're not my views now. I've learned, I've evolved, I've moved on. Trying to pretend even now that you didn't write it is preposterous. And I think you know that.
The bottom line is what I've said, and I will say it again, is that I take full responsibility for everything that was on that site. I'm deeply apologetic for the things that were on that site that hurt people. And
there's nothing wrong about her saying that a lot of straight people don't want to watch gay people having sex. I think that's true. Why would you want to watch gay sex if you're not gay? What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't understand. 2 girls? That's different.
I take responsibility for it because it was my site. And that's the end of that. And my views, as you know, and as I've said on television, on air, are quite different from the views that you just read. And that's the end of that.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Let's see if there's any more of this. Okay, let's see here. Racialized. Yeah, this is it. Oh, God.
Think you were fired after all those years.
No, this is it.
Was upset when you were fired. Let's just end with this. Not everyone was upset when you were fired. Plenty of those white conservative men that you like so much seem quite happy. Let's just take a look at this clip.
Bro, this is awful. Oh my God, bro, he's cooking the shit out of her. God damn.
Joy Reid, probably the nastiest figure on MSNBC.
That's pretty hard to do.
The most left, the most vicious against conservatives and white people and men and all the rest. She has just been canned, fired, kicked to the side of the road. Her show is over. This saddens me a little bit because I did not yet have the opportunity to go on it. I am
sad because I thought that show had great content. Like, whenever she would go on somewhere and get mad, it would be fucking hilarious.
Celebrating that there is no longer a market for her disgusting product.
Oh,
that's what I'm genuinely happy about.
I think that's what a lot of people are happy about, is that a lot of these shows that are just divisive, racially charged, negative, like weird circle jerks, they're just being taken off the air because they're just not appealing to people. Nobody wants to watch them. People don't want to look at them. That's it.
There has been a major shift. Her show and shows like her show no longer have value. And that's not just because of Joy Reid's favorite villains, you know, the evil white man or the Christians or the conservatives.
You don't have to repeat yourself.
It's because, like, no one watches her show.
I wonder how long this original episode was. Bro, Piers Morgan just plays her clips like, all right, I'm going to play you a clip of you crying about failing. So why are you a failure? So why do you think you're racist? Here's another clip of somebody celebrating you failing. So what do you think about that? Holy fuck, man. This is brutal.
So, Joy, I've actually got Michael Knowles waiting in the wings.
Great.
Is there anything you'd like to say to him?
No.
What did you make of his critique of your show?
Well, I mean, the reality is that obviously people watched the show. And obviously, that's the reason that the show was on for 4.5, nearly 5 years. So if he didn't like the show.
What?
I guess, sorry you didn't enjoy it, but I really am not that interested in his views on it.
Okay, well, we've got Michael there. Michael, anything you want to say to Joy?
Yes, wonderful to be here, Joy. Very nice to meet you. And I guess I would agree with Joy's take. People watched the show in the past tense, and now there's no longer a market for that absolutely vile content. And I think that's good for the culture broadly. And now we can all chat on Pierce's show.
Oh my God! Bro, this is brutal.
That
looks AI.
I'm sorry. That find that are unregulated.
Oh my God. Let's see. I'll do one more.
I am celebrating that there is no longer a market for her disgusting product. That's what I'm genuinely happy about. There has been a major shift. Her show and shows like her show no longer have value. And that's not just because of Joy Reid's favorite villains. You know,
I'm not that interested in that white Americans who and
okay, here we go. Bro, him saying
Joy?
Yes.
Well, anything you want to say to Joy?
Yes. Wonderful.
Brings him right on.
To be here, Joy. Very nice to meet you. And I guess I would agree with Joy's take. People watched the show in the past tense, and now there's no longer a market for that absolutely vile content. And I think that's good for the culture broadly. And now we can all chat on Pierce's show.
Joy?
The reality is, Michael, the content that you and Piers like to trade in is grievance. And the grievance that white Americans have, that they have to deal with.
I'm not American.
Diversity that they have to deal
Joy,
with.
this isn't a grievance.
I'm British.
Love
I'm
America.
celebrating.
And by the way, white grievance is very good for your bottom lines. It's very good for your bank accounts. And so having me here to be able to continue to traffic in that is your shtick. That is what you
first
do.
of all,
That's
Joy,
what you do, Piers.
I have to
And so
correct you.
it's great. And I'm sure you find it delightful and fun to say it. But the reality is, Piers, that is what you all traffic in.
I
It is
have
what
to correct
Fox
you.
traffics
Well,
in.
I can't
first of
speak
all,
for
I'm not
Piers
a
here,
white
Joy.
American. I think as my accent may reveal.
Well, I know that you're European.
And I'm a tan
I-
Well,
Yeah.
I know you're European, but I just really actually mean I hate white people. And so because you're white, it doesn't really matter where you're from, you're still wrong.